1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me see what else I gave you this kid. 10, 11. So I'm skipping on purpose so we can also practice on division. Now this is way easier than yesterday's homework. You're not finding right now that it's really simple this one, okay? So your homework again will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? Questions?
No.
That's done.
I'm just making sure that it's recording. I hope it's recording. Now, I'm going to use my homework journal, and I'm going to look for a new page like I always do anytime I start something new. And I'm going to put the title. Now, the title is there, so you shouldn't have trouble with the title. So this title is going to be Lesson, not the notes journal, guys, the homework, okay? The one that I call the TSP. HW 92921. Now let's pretend that I run out of space and I go to the pad. Do I need to put the title again?
Yes.
Yes. So like that means you gotta know that this page is about that homework. And if this is a string homework, I need to know put the title, guys, always on your homework. When I give you a handout, please put some sort like something for me that whatever it stays up there, put it there. HW means homework. So I'm gonna be nice. You only have really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions, but the we're gonna do right now 2 or 3 of them, so you're gonna have 5 only. Do not get it. 5 questions per homework. So number 1.
Oh, is it 30 or
29, sir. 1/4 times 3/5. Okay? We were talking about multiplying fractions to make sure it's in fraction form, right? So is this a fraction? Yeah, numerator, denominator. Is this a fraction? Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start multiplying. What's 1 times 3?
3?
What?
3.
3. What's 4 times 5? 4 times 5? 20. So the answer looks like 3/20, 3 out of 20. But then I need to check if I can what? Simplify. So I'm gonna write 3 out of 20 here on the bottom, and I'm gonna try to simplify. Now I told you that one way you can make it easier and use to do your little checklist, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these are possible factors of 3 and 20. They might be. So let me start with 2. Is 2 a factor of 3? No. I also told you that if 2 is not a factor of 3, then none of the even numbers will be factors of that. None of them. If 2 is not a factor, none of the even numbers will ever work. Just so you know. Now, is 3 a factor of 3?
Yes.
Yes. But is 3 a factor of 20?
No.
No. Now, why would the rest also be dumb?
Because it can't go to 3.
Yeah, it's greater than the 3, right? So how can a number greater than the number be a factor? So we know that 5 is out, 7 is out, 9 is out, 11 is out. So guess what?
That's the 1.
This answer was already simplified to the simplest form, and that's what it says on here, right in simplest form. So this was already simplified, so we couldn't do anything. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to just put a little bubble around. So Mr. Divan knows that everything inside that bubble is for number 1. Then you're going to come to your handout, because that's what I'm going to grade tomorrow. As soon as you come in, I'm going to go around and grade it. I'm really going to go and grade it, guys. Like 3 out of 20. And just put a box around the whole thing so I can know that that answer is what you want for number 1. Question with number 1?
No.
I'm skipping to number 5 because number 5 you haven't seen something like that yet. I haven't given you one of that. Number 5, so I'm going to just put it here and I'm going to copy the problem. It's 1/3 times 11 wholes. Now, is this ready?
Yes.
Is this one red?
No.
No. So who remembers how to change a whole number into a fraction form? I'm glad that she said Texas. Like if it's a mixed number, we do Texas. Good job. But this is not a mixed number. It's just a whole.
Keep change and.
No, that's for division. It's okay if you don't know because I don't know if they taught you that in elementary. They should have, by the way. If you have a whole number and you want to make it into fraction form, all you do, you put a 1 on the bottom. That's it. And let me explain why, because some of you might say, so again, if I have a whole number and I want to make it into fraction form, into a rational number, you just put a 1 on the bottom. Why can I do that? Because what's 11 divided by 1?
11.
So you see, isn't that what we had 11?
Yes.
So by you putting a 1 on the bottom, did you change the value?
No.
No. It's still 11. You just made it into fraction form. Okay? So whenever you have a whole, put a 1 on the bottom, now it's a fraction form, but it's still 11. 11 over 1 is still 11. Because 11 divided by 1 is still what? 11. Right? Questions for that?
No.
Don't copy red like always, but basically this is like the Venn diagram. Okay? Just so you can even see it with this. These are the wholes, integers, and what? Rational, right? 11 is a whole, right? But he can also be an integer because he's positive. But he can also be rational because we can put a 1 on the bottom, and now these are rational numbers because he's like a fraction, like a ratio 1, A to B. Questions?
No.
Okay. So, now is it ready? Yeah, so now I can go and start multiplying. What's 1 times 11?
11.
So, I like to do an arrow like this so you can know that I'm doing 1 times 11, 11. 3 times 1 is 3. The answer looks like 11 thirds, 11 over 3. I want to check if I can simplify. Later on, I'm going to show you how you can quickly know if you can simplify. But I'm going to show you a strategy that just by looking at the fraction, you're going to know if it's already simplified. But we're not ready for that yet. So I'm just kind of like going into the checklist. Later on, you're going to see it, you're going to be, I don't have to do a checklist, it's already simplified. Later on, you're going to be able to try, just look at the fraction and know if I need a checklist. I don't need a checklist here because I can already tell, but since I haven't touched that, we're going to do a checklist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is a 9, not a 7. Okay, can 2, and you know what I always like to do? I like to go with the smallest one. So can 2 give me the 3? No. 2 is not a factor. Is 3 a factor of 3? Yes. Is 3 a factor of 11? No. Ah, that's 4. That's already over the what? So guess what? None of them will work. So 11 thirds is already simplified. So would that be my answer then?
No.
Why not?
Improper.
It's improper, guys. Remember that if the top number is bigger than the bottom, we cannot leave it like that. So we need to change it by doing the bottom out. Bottom out. So what does the bottom out mean? That the bottom stays outside and the top one comes inside. I like to put the decimal so I can know who the whole is. If it's improper, you're going to have wholes. You're going to have units. So that's why we have to bottom out, right? 11 divided by 3, so 3 times what?
3.
3.
2.
3 times 3 would be 9. 3 times 2 would be 6, but I want something that's closest to 11, right? So 3 wins. Now, if we're working with decimals, I would add a 0 here, drop it, but we're not working with decimals, so we stop right there. The purpose of this decimal, once again, is not that I want to make it into decimal. It's so I can know that that 3 in front of that decimal is the what?
The whole.
The whole. That's right. 3 is the whole. Now I can put my fraction bar here. Este de aquí, Ángel, haga caso. Este de aquí te dice que él es el entero, so ese es el entero. Lo que te sobra es los pedazos que te sobraron, numerador, numerator. That's what was left over. And of course, bottom out was who was on the outside. The other 3, that's why he goes to the bottom. So the answer is 3 2/3. If you notice my journal, this one requires more space, right? And that's okay. That's what I want. I want it to look like a puzzle. So don't be. I saw a kid last time do this to me. They started dividing for me. Like they saw question one, question two, then they divided everything nicely. Y ve todo bien padre según ellos. What's the problem with this
I know.
lecture?
It goes through a line. Like, you're gonna be using like a lot of space.
Yeah, you don't know what you. Maybe number one you'll fit everything, but number two requires a lot of what? Work, space. Don't do that. If you notice, I do all my work and then I put a little perimeter around it so I can know. So Rivera knows that everything inside this is for number one. Everything in here is for number five. So it depends on the problem. Don't be separating it. Don't be doing a pre-separation. Like no, you separate it at the end. And we always circle the number you're working with, and we always box the answer. Circle the number that you're working with, and box all. These are answers. This guy's an answer, guys. But that's an improper fraction. We don't want that. So this is a mixed number. I want that. That's better than an improper, right? Which one do you understand better? 3 2/3 or 11/3? That's why we want it that way, okay? So let me go to number 5 on my handout, and I'm going to say 3 2/3. I'm done with number 5. Oh, I should have boxed the whole thing. You could do it like that, put a little box and then a box of the whole thing. I don't care. And that's how you're doing it in the handout, just transferring the answer. Because tomorrow I'm going to walk around, and while I'm checking, you're going to be doing the other ones, just so you know. When I go check the 5 problems that you owe me, I'm going to let you, that while you're waiting for me, you're going to be doing the other ones. I'm letting you know already. Okay. Number 11 is the one I'm going to do. That's a division. Just so we can practice division. 5/8 divided by 2 wholes. What should we do with the 2 wholes?
Put a 1 in the bottom.
Yep.
It.
I'm sorry. My gosh.
That is it.
Okay, 5/8 divided by 2 over 1. I put a 1 on the bottom because it was a whole. Is this guy ready now?
Yes.
Is this one ready?
Yes.
Yes. Can I just start dividing?
Yes.
No.
No. We have to keep changing.
Very good. When
Like
we're
when
dividing
I
fractions, we don't just start dividing. We actually do K, C, F.
So it's like
The K stands for
Keep.
keep. So let's keep it.
And then
The C stands for
change.
change to multiplication. Multiplication. The F stands for flip, which is the reciprocal. That's what it's called. When you flip a fraction, you're getting the reciprocal. Now we're ready to rock and roll because now that's why we do the KCF when we're dividing to help us out how to divide fractions. What's 5 times 1?
5.
8 times 2?
16.
The answer looks like 5/16, but I need to check if I can simplify. So I'm going to check divided by something. So let me go get the factors. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Y no sea flojito, go check, guys. Like, don't just say, it's ready. Ya acabé. No. 2, can you give me 5?
No.
3,
No.
4,
No.
5?
No. Yes.
Yes. But is 5 a factor of 16?
No.
No. 6, what happened? You already went what?
Over.
Over. So guess what? None of them are going to work out. None of them are factors. So I know that this is already simplified. Do my bubble there. That's question 11. Go to my handout. The final answer for number 11 will be 5/16.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah. Your work should look like a puzzle. I love work that looks like that because I can follow it. I can follow your work very easily when it's like this. I can know, okay, I can catch your mistakes. I can catch where you're having trouble. So I better not just see this completed with answers without work because then it's going to be like maybe you copy or something. Don't be doing that. Like, go practice. Question with your homework?
Yes, sir.
So now you just have 2, 3, 4, 6, and 10. 5 questions. Come on, guys. Don't disappoint me
Okay,
and bring it tomorrow empty.
sir.
Okay?
Will video ऐसे come up?